I can't think. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Yeah. I can't. What am I supposed to do?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Bill. How is everybody going? I hope you're going better than me. I'm sick. I'm so sick, but I did a rat test and it came back negative. Wow, those things, what a fucking process. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be multiple steps, and like I didn't need any clarification. I think I did it right, but wow, I don't think people should be doing that at home. That's too many steps for my mum. And yeah, anyway, that's my little thing. Let me breathe. I want to do so much and then I end up sick. And so, yeah, I've had to do an executive last minute decision. And if you're part of the cacti crew and you know, it's really hard for this snail girl to make decisions. But I'm going to have to separate this, reading this article, giving it to you guys, like how I want to, into maybe a few parts, or part 1 and 2 or something, because it's got a little chilly. My throat is got worse, and I just want to blame Katie for writing the fucking longest article in the fucking world. Because when I went through it just to make sure that I can make it flow, it's fucked me out. So thanks and welcome. But don't be disappointed, because tonight, to rest my voice, the beauty of this fucking article is the gold that it produces. And it's not just like any article. Like I said, it's the mother lode, because there's embedded videos in this article that she has deleted on her channel. I know. Like, where's that? I need some sound effects, like crowd cheer or something. But yeah, and then there's a few. So the first one is she's breaking news, celebrity news, letting the world know that she loves the crime side of celebrity. Never saw any of that shit on PATHEOS. But and then the next video that she pops in there is her going, all the way to fucking town with the indictment against Todd. But we all know from watching her with Tati and her response and shit, she doesn't quite understand stuff when she reads it. Her comprehension is always off. And it is with this as well. Especially after the second video, when she goes through the indictment on the live, and it's like, hang on, like it says that, but what you're saying is not what is written down. Because yes, she's just a small girl. Oh, small girl. She is small, but she has a small mind. She really just thinks the world is Minnesota. That kind of mind. Anyway, before we get into it, oh God, because now my mind is like, should we go through? Because yeah, I don't know. Is my mind fooling me that I could read some of the article? I think we'll just watch her breaking news stuff, see how we go, get some fucking content rather than just some words and some croaky. Why did I have to get sick? It's so unfair that I was dragged out of my comfort zone. I'm not leaving my house because the borders are down now. Like our border in my state was like up for 2 years. We just took ourselves away from the rest of the country that had Rona. And then, yeah, of course, when we took it down, flooded, I decided I'm not going to leave my house. Then I got dragged up north for Easter with my family that just fucking people flew in from London. Like, oh, I wish I had an accent, but apparently I do. But, you never know that you do. Where are we? We are, before we get into the video, I just want to let everyone know that if you would like a little cactus badge next to your name, the way to get that is you can join the Cacti contributors. They contribute to the channel. They help me out. They support. And they get extra stuff for being member, like members only stuff. And shout outs is one of them. And tonight I want to shout out VZ. I was going to say VZ, but I've never called you that. I just call you V or Vendor. So thank you so much for being a contributor. And I know you've been unwell because I'm catching up on my stuff that I've missed. I'm 2 weeks behind. So, well, longer than that. But I saw that you've been unwell and I just want to send you some healing vibes and a good old hug and cactus hug, but with mittens on because no one likes to be pricked. Thank you so much for being a contributor. You know that you are more than that. So yeah, have a really good day if you're listening and you're always like listening and doing housework or something, although you've been injured. So let's carry on. I'm not in, my head is just not with it. Let's just bring in the situation. Also, it's in 2000, the videos that we're going to watch are like embedded in this article and like on the Without a Crystal Ball channel, they've been deleted. And so I can't really get the exact date, but we can buy the hair. And I can tell you this is late 2019 when she bleached her hair. So, it's not long after. It's who bleaches their hair and then doesn't fails with the upkeep afterwards, Okay, I need a drink because my throat is so dry now, but let's bring her in. Always have this problem when, oh, that's it because it's black screen. Oh, let's watch her intro or let's not. But it's the better intro than it's currently is, that's Toad singing. He doesn't sing in this and it's good.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball. I hope you guys are having a great afternoon. We have breaking news out of Atlanta, Georgia, with another reality star getting into trouble. I told you how I absolutely love crime related to reality stars, only in another stream earlier today. And this happens to be crimes against a man who pushes an extremely, authentically rich lifestyle and a Christian background of goodness and wholesomeness and honesty. Of course, the hypocrisy runs thick in this one because Todd Chrisley of Chrisley Knows Best, a self-proclaimed millionaire, has been indicted on 12 charges in federal district court for wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, and conspiracy to defraud the U.S. government for failing to file U.S. tax returns for a number of years. The indictment was announced by U.S. Attorney B.J. Pak in a press conference, and the details of this indictment are stunning. Before I get into the details of the indictment, I'd like...
Oh, she talks about the indictment here. Oh, well, what's the other hour-long one that's in this article? Well, we'll have to see. But yes, there's a lot that just happened there, and I'm so pissed off that I don't have this on like YouTube to slow it down, because what happened there when we had the gooseneck lean forward, I know that's bad to say, but what happened there? She almost choked. I was worried about her. And then she also did the one blinking, the blinking the eyelids singly. I don't know how to, there's a proper name for it, and I'm not saying it right, but yeah, she must be dehydrated. It's always her excuse. But gosh, look, the little blankets up there. The little blankets up there, but where's the dog?
To let you know that last night, Todd Chrisley had an idea that this might be coming. Stunning. And he made a post on Instagram last night with an outline of what he said happened here, as he knew he was about to get in trouble. On Instagram, he wrote, "I've never talked about this publicly before, but there's been a cloud hanging over Julie and me and our entire family for the past 7 years. It all started back in 2012 when we discovered that a trusted employee of ours had been stealing from us big time. I won't go into detail, but involved all kinds of really bad stuff, like creating phony documents, forging my signatures, threatening other employees with violence if they said anything, and we even discovered that he legally bugged our home. Needless to say, we fired the guy and took him to court, and that's when the real trouble started. To get revenge, he took a bunch of his phony documents to the U.S. Attorney's Office and told him we had committed all kinds of financial crimes like tax evasion and bank fraud. That got his attention all right, but once he had a chance to explain who he was and what he'd done to us, they realized it was all a bunch of nonsense, and they sent him on his way. So far, so good, except that our former employee didn't give up. Somehow he persuaded a different set of investigators at the U.S. Attorney's Office not only to reopen the case, but also to grant him immunity from prosecution for his own crimes and bringing charges against us. As a result, it looks like later this week, Julie and I will be named in a federal indictment, charging us with tax evasion and probably a bunch of other financial crimes as well. I'm telling you all this now because we have nothing to hide and have done nothing to be ashamed of. Not only do we know we've done nothing wrong, but we've got a ton of hard evidence and a bunch of corroborating witnesses that proves it. Anyway, when all of this is said and done, we trust in God, and God says to us in Jeremiah 51:36, I will defend you, I will be your lawyer, I will plead your case. We know that if and when...
Sorry to cut in. I just wanted to, say to everyone, remember that she's anti-Christian. That's really her hate boner right there. But I had more words, but she's thrown me off with her writing. With her reading. She reads for the amount of full stops that she writes with. She doesn't even stop at a fucking full stop when she's reading. Has anyone noticed that? You probably can't even see, the writing is so small. And then I realized I'm not wearing my glasses, and now I can't find them. And this is the problem I've had. This is why they're crooked, because the last time I found them, I sat on them. How do you find transparent glasses? It's fucked. Okay, let's go.
And this goes to court, the truth will prevail and the charges against us will be exposed for the outrageous lies that they are. As it says in Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5-6, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledging him, and he will make your path straight. We want to express our gratitude to everyone who helped place us where we are today in our lives, and we thank you for your support, and we'll continue to work every day to earn your respect and loyalty. Well, he paints quite the picture of innocence, doesn't he? It's almost like he didn't do anything wrong, right? Well, not so fast. According to the federal prosecutor in this case, BJ Pack, there is a ton of evidence and corroborating evidence that says it wasn't the employee that did this out of revenge, but rather Chrisley instructed this employee to sign off on documents, to sign for documents, and to falsify documents on his behalf. This all kind of blew wide open in March of 2017 when a local Georgia news outlet identified that Todd and Julie Chrisley owed a total of $770,990 to this Georgia Department of Revenue Services for failing to file tax returns between the years of 2006 and 2014. He declared himself as a Georgia resident, but he held a homestead in the state, and he still didn't file taxes. In 2016, he moved to Tennessee, which has no income tax, but he didn't pay those taxes. His son, Kyle, at the time, told reporters that his father was really good.
She's not using any alleged language or anything like she has said herself. Lawsuits are just alleged. The result of them is the truth, basically. And what the fuck? She's reading the what is it? The people against him, they're filing as fucking fact. What the hell? Yeah, and she really butchered that Bible verse, didn't she? She understood God in her own way.
At hiding money, and he grew up without money and therefore would do anything to keep it. Now, in regards to what the actual charges are, they are money and therefore would do anything to keep it. Now, in regards to what the actual charges are, they are wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, and conspiracy to defraud the U.S. government. BJ Pack said in his press conference that he defrauded banks by fraudulently obtaining millions of dollars in loans. He used the loans to fund his lavish lifestyle and did not pay back his creditors. In fact, he provided false documents to banks. He submitted false documentation to also lease people, not only lenders, but also landlords. He attempted to get in California, he got a lease for a business, which he called Chrisley Asset Management. In order to obtain the lease, BJ Pack says he said that he falsified documents and he shifted papers to show that he had more money in his bank account when he really had none, or less than what he had. He said that he actually cut out the funds, pasted them back on, and then scanned the documents in and sent them to the landlord. Obviously, the landlord never received the money, and therefore he defaulted on the lease. He says that they opened multiple bank.
Is she adding her own words? She said, obviously, the rent was never given to the landlord. Obviously, I don't know if that would be in there. Maybe it would write, the document would say it is alleged, wouldn't it? I just don't understand. She's so blindly saying that this is fucking fact. Reading it off like this is what happened, guys. Not what Todd says. That's just an outline of what he says happened. This is what really happened. We should do this about you, Katie, hey? Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, that's the bottom of it.
Accounts and loans from multiple banks. in the name of the company and not once declared any of the income received and loans from multiple companies, and therefore he defaulted on the lease. He says that they opened multiple bank accounts and loans from multiple banks in the name of the company and not once declared any of the income received through this story is crazy, you guys. He opened all of these accounts in the company's bank account, but then he didn't declare any. He opened all of these accounts in the company's bank account, but then he didn't declare any of the funding that went from the loans as income, and he used the money not for anything related to the business. Yikes. He says that CHRISLEY'S assertion that employees actually falsified documents and that they set him up is all a lot of smoke and mirrors. He says, BJ Pak says they have a lot of evidence that shows that Todd Chrisley spearheaded this fraud in order to appear more wealthy than he was. He says that he failed to file federal tax returns and state tax returns for years. And this doesn't go back as far as 2012. He said it's further, and he said it goes into well beyond 2012 into close to present day.
Yeah, I don't think that last sentence quite makes sense. It goes way past 2012, but is she talking in the past? Oh, did I just laugh because I made a mistake? Gosh, she is just so fucking gleeful. Like, gleeful. The excitement. I was just thinking, you never see anyone else reporting on celebrity court cases or something with so much fucking joy, you know, Katie Joy in her face, living in those eyes, that tiny mouth, the excitement. Like can you guys hear the window? Now that I'm wearing headphones, listening back to this, like I can hear the wind coming through the window and it's just fucked up her sound, but I mean, it's to be expected. But how good is the wall blue, or is it just like bad video? Also, there's no shit there except the, you know, casting couch. Like that is beautiful with no shit there because it's all crooked anyway. I don't know. There's so much crooked when you think about it. Crooked and crooked. Are they the same word? Maybe.
He said that they clearly starred on the USA Network's Chrisley Knows Best for years and never once declared the income that they received. He said the money was paid out to a production company, and then that money was never paid out to a production company, and then Julie and Todd never once declared that income on their own tax returns. The money was paid out to a production company, and then that money was never paid out to a production company, and then Julie and Todd never once declared that income on their own tax returns. In a statement during the press conference, BJ Pak said that just because you're rich and on TV, we will bring you to justice. Just because you have money doesn't preclude you from filing taxes. You have to pay your fair share, and you cannot defraud the federal government, banks, or commit conspiracy to hide money. This is a doozy, you guys. When asked by reporters what kind of time he is facing in jail, he said that he is facing up to 30 years in prison. 30. He said on some of these charges, he could serve more than 30. And he said that the prosecutors will be seeking the maximum they can get in this case. They will be seeking prison time, and they will not be offering plea deals without a prison sentence.
I am pretty sure that extortion carries jail time, or, you know, it fucking should. That's what you did to chase Chrisley, offering him. No, what did you say? Like, unless he got you contact with Lindsie Chrisley, you were going to sell the supposed sex tape to TMZ. Like, fucking bullshit, because the tape doesn't fucking even exist. You've just gone with it that it does in your imaginary world, that you've just taken that one word and said, oh my God, it must exist because it's in a sentence. That's what they're talking about. You're such a dumb fucking, you're so dumb. Look at you doing this, Katie. You are so dumb. With a fucking portfolio like yours, no one in the media would ever hire you. One Google search fucking brings up everything. Good luck running away from the internet. Fucking getting on YouTube was the best fucking thing ever for you, really, because you can never fucking escape. It's on video. This is fucked. Not once has she said alleged or anything. I can't get over it. Just because it's the US government or whatever, the US attorney, BJ Pack, that's how I would say it. Is she saying POC? I don't know. It's a bit full on, considering how many lawsuits have come towards Mrs. Paulson's doorstep. And she says, don't believe all that. That's why you went after Emily, right? For just going through the lawsuit, for just reading the filing. And you were like, it's all alleged, blah, blah, blah. And you thought that what Emily was doing was reading it as fact because that's what you have done in the past. This is you doing it now. It's fucking fucked, Katie. How do you fucking sleep at night? You're so excited. It's disgusting, man.
Seeking prison time, and they will not be offering plea deals without a prison sentence. Yikes. Mr. Chrisley is the kind of guy that has done a lot to be very obnoxious with the amount of money he has. In fact, on his show, both of them, both Todd and Julie, have been indicted, along with one of their former employees named Peter Tarantino, not Quentin Tarantino. And then another former employee is named in the indictment as, I believe, person A, and I don't know if they will be indicted yet. However, he did say that the Chrisleys have been notified of the indictment. The federal indictment was handed down in Atlanta District Court today, in the Northern District of Federal Court. And the Chrisleys will be turning themselves in tomorrow with an expected date in court later this week, he said. On his bio on the bio on USA Network, it says that Todd Chrisley is the patriarch of the Chrisley family. He's a self-made millionaire and successful entrepreneur. He's born in Georgia and raised in Westminster, South Carolina. He and his wife of nearly 20 years, Julie, raised their 5 children and 1 granddaughter in the suburbs of Atlanta. Todd Chrisley isn't your typical father. He's brash and outspoken with a razor-sharp Southern wit and remarkable ability to dish insults. He keeps the family in line through his tough and at times brutally honest form of parenting. He runs the family like his business with an iron fist and micromanages every move and expenditure made by each member of the clan. He called himself a patriarch of perfection, and he believes that he has all the answers. Interestingly as well, on Instagram, I will show you, he is a man.
Just to interrupt this character assassination based on hearsay, you know, we could all sit here and say what kind of person we believe Katie to be, but it would all be alleged, you know, because we don't know her personally. She's reading that like that's exactly who he is. She knows. Fuck off. Also, just what did I need to interrupt for? Something big. The dog situation. Okay, so this is where I stop listening to what Katie is saying, and I just start the dogs because I'm an empath, like a true one, unlike some that preach that they are. And the energy that I pick up is just fucking nuts. That's Sweetie, by the way, because they didn't get that's Sweetie, who is an ex-puppy mill pup. Yeah. And you can see she's not a happy dog. And then later on, I don't know, in 2020 must have been, they got FRIDA. And FRIDA was like a puppy that was dumped on the streets as a puppy and like learnt to really live and survive until it was rescued from the streets in like 8 months, a year old. So yeah, these are the dogs that Katie has chosen to raise in her home. They're also coonhound hunting dogs in their genetics to go after small creatures. So yeah, Katie also has 4 cats, and her son doesn't like the dogs. They jump up on everyone. She has to keep them locked in her room, her funeral waiting room, all day because they bark, and her neighbors have reported the barking dogs multiple times. So they're never let outside, only to go to the toilet. And get this, Sweetie has jumped the fence multiple times and tried to run away. Try to say this without crying. But yeah, so this is an ex-puppy mill pup that, you know, feeling grass between their toes would probably just be fucking luxury. To be free would be a fucking luxury. So Sweetie, when she goes outside, she's not free to roam around. She goes on they latch her onto a yard wire that's like attached to the back fence. And yeah, that's like, you know, and Katie doesn't ever really go out with them. She just opens the door, lets the dogs out, and then they come back. And yeah, Sweetie is just attached to that. It's fucked. I made a whole video on it and I didn't do a good job. Like, I mean, I feel like it was hard, and I'll link it below, but that's how the animals affect me. And so this is Sweetie, and I got to breathe because I got to not focus on the dog and focus on what she's saying. But yeah. Okay, we're going back to the character assassination of Todd Chrisley, brought to you by Katie Joy from the end, 2019, the end of 2019. Around there, let's go.
And that will post lots and lots of quotes about what a good person he is. Associate yourself with men of good quality. And if your esteem, your own reputation is better alone than bad company. He also said, my life has always consisted of joy, heartbreak, sorrow, loss, happiness, excitement, forgiveness, and acceptance. And I've survived them all because of God has a greater purpose for me. He has said, as a Christian, I feel we are failing when we shun those in need the most. Christianity should never be fashionable, yet should always show favor. Sinners need forgiveness and compassion, not judgment. He also said, a real Christian is a person who can give his pet parrot to the town gossip. He also has lots of Instagram posts where he accuses people of being shady around him. This one I also thought was pretty... given what we're facing, it says those who devote themselves to themselves will ultimately have nothing but themselves to show for themselves. And he wrote, we live in a very me society, which is why it's so important to realize that if someone is in your life, God placed them there for a reason or a season. Figure it out quickly. Respect if we stay, or even more when they go, and nothing ever works out when you serve only yourself. And it says, no matter how, this one I thought was extremely telling, no matter how big your house is, how recent your car is, or how big your bank account is, our graves will always be the same size, stay humble. All of these are quite the stark contrast to a man that's opulent in his wealth, who is building a massive $3.3 million mansion and who had an affinity for extremely nice clothes. We've learned now today that a lot of these expenses and these items that he has have come at the hands of taxpayers and out of banks that have been defrauded. I often say that if something appears too good to be true, if these people if you can't figure out how they have all of their money, or if someone talks a really good game, I'm always questioning whether or not they're honest. I've never watched his show because something about this guy has always made me really it's weirded me out.
You and me, the same. That's what me. Oh, I didn't even know what I was going to say. Well, I did. I was trying to say something, but it didn't come out right. I was going to say I'm in the same boat with you, Katie. Actually, that's even wrong. Oh, my God. What am I trying to say? Brain. Katie, you don't sit right with me. Everything that you have presented to the world does not sit right with me. And you know what? I'm not the only one. There's going just by the subreddit. Let's just go by the subreddit. There's fucking 12,000 plus people that shared this same idea. Now, usually when it's not true, not that many people share the truth. You know what I'm trying to say? Fuck. Katie, my gosh. Should I play by your rule book? Okay, well, if you said it, there's so many things that I could bring up to contradict what you're saying. You against yourself. It's fucking... She doesn't know who she is and doesn't love herself. She has no self-love. She has no acceptance for others. She doesn't think of others, what their needs are or anything. So she hates all that talk, sharing the quotes. She hates that so much. She hates herself so much. Can't understand it because she's Miss Perfect. Fuck. The Christian belief stuff though, oh. I think she's pretty obnoxious. Okay. We just need... Yes. I just glanced over and saw, Carol, your comment. Would love for Todd to rent 2 Bentleys and post a pic of them in the drive of his house. Oh my gosh. Even Todd Chrisley isn't old enough for the Bentley. The Queen outfit. Someone needs to send that to you. It's so fuddy-duddy. It's so old man. It's so I collect. It's really, Katie, are you trying to be like your dad or something? I feel like you really have not lived a life outside of your state, out of your country. You're very small-minded, like I say, and it's affecting your ability to understand shit. As usual.
He has given me a icky, a feeling in my stomach. He just looks like some kind of creep that scams people. He seems like he's a smooth talker. And I always feel like individuals that are doing nefarious things will often do it with the sole pomp and circumstance that it's all about God. They're so humble. They're doing this to help others. And yet all of that was a facade, according to the district attorney, the U.S. attorney.
Katie, you know that from experience. That's your experience. You joined a church to get all this free stuff. You joined all these special needs parents groups to get free stuff. You joined all these tube feeding groups to find out all the fucking government benefits you can get. You're a fucking scam artist yourself. Fucking stop fucking portraying your shit, projecting onto other people. Where the fuck is the mirror? There's always is. Where's the mirror? Oh my God. What a fuck. You're a very insecure piece of shit, if I can say so.
Attorney BJ Pak. This case is going to be wild, you guys. The U.S. government does not like to be defrauded, and wire and bank fraud are big charges. These two could spend the rest of their lives in federal prison. I want to know what you think about this. Do you watch this show? Are you surprised? Does it shock you that they will be arrested tomorrow and facing federal charges for fraud? Did he come off as a fraud to you? He certainly came off as a fraud to me. He also, I always get skeptical of anyone that promotes Joel Osteen, because that guy of all pastors is probably the biggest scam artist of all evangelical TV pastors out there. And he seemed to be Todd Chrisley's idol. Maybe one day we'll see Joel in court too. All right, you guys, that's it for right now. Tell me in comments what you think, and I will be back later. Bye.
Oh my God, I totally forgot that she used to sign it off with the peace sign. I don't know why I forgot, but just seeing it is chilling. God, it takes you back, doesn't it, to a time we don't want to fucking be in. So much happened at the end of 2019. That could have been a whole year on itself. Wow, the tape. I really do think that she just goes in there to try and report awful shit to get a reaction out of people, so that then she can be known. She doesn't care if she's known in negative light. But I mean, fuck, she's just so fucked, isn't she? She's like, he looks like a creep to me. Katie, you look like a creep to me. I'm allowed to say that, am I? Well, fuck, just by looking like a creep doesn't mean shit. Oh my, she just fucking, oh. Okay, well, should we actually, let's go back. I'll read the beginning of the article. Oh, I can already hear the croak in my voice. Maybe we should start the next video. So I'm going to read the article in a separate, I might even do a pre-recorded. It's just my voice is, God, I feel it's cracking. It's cracking. Not cracking as in a good way. Oh, can you hear it? It's breaking. I don't want to strain my voice, because my voice is that's what I use. I use my voice for everything, like comedy. What am I going to do? Okay, let's watch a video. I have to make executive decisions for my voice, but I'll do a little scan. We'll do a skim through of the amount of how big of a mother load this article is. So the article is titled, Christian Reality Star Faces 30 Years in Prison for Fraud. Where's the alleged in even the title? Just August 13, 2019 by Katie Joy. 70 comments. Might check them out when I've got a voice. Yeah, I can hear it cracking already. But yeah, so we've been watching the videos that are embedded in this article. This is on Pathեos, and I'm using it through Web Archive. I just want to put it out there to the universe. Thank fuck for everyone that archived her stuff. There is stuff right back to 2015, and those people really do need some, I don't know, positive energy. I don't know, gold to rain down on them in a shining light. Just so thankful for them doing this for all of us. And I know without any crystal balls was a big part of that. If she never started archiving all this stuff, a lot of us would not be able to go back like times like this when it's needed to revisit what was actually said. But yeah, and that link doesn't work. But I have seen the article. So I've seen it somewhere. It's probably on the Drive or something. So I'm going to have to dig it up. But there is another article. I'm not sure if it's that one, but there's another article. But it goes on forever. And then we hit the second video. And this is where she goes through the indictment. But it's an hour long. I guess we can just start watching it, and then how long have I been on for? 45 minutes. That's all right. 45 minutes it took us to, I don't know if that's good. 45 minutes it took me to watch 16 minutes of video. Well, I could speed it up, but I don't know how to use this. When it's not YouTube, it's like I don't understand the buttons. Plus, it seems to be temperamental. I'm almost like, if this does not load, fuck my life. Fuck your life too, but fuck my life. Okay, so let's watch this one. Oh, hang on. No, not yet. Back. And I want big screen. Oh. Ah.
I am Good evening, everyone. How are you? I'm going to have to turn my mic down because I noticed earlier today it was really loud because someone asked me to turn it up, and I'm always working on having or finding that happy medium. How is everyone tonight? It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball, Katie Joy, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late because I'm literally never late. I am always on time, usually.
I wonder if I can pause it and let it load for a bit. But I just wanted to say, look, she's wearing the rug around her bottom half, which she always says she does because she's cold. But if you're cold, go put some tracky dacks on. I just put it down. Oh, I don't know. How can I even throw my alleged opinion in here? If you're from Twitter, you kind of know what's going on. Because, she's wearing the rug a lot lately now. Isn't it summer? Yeah, she wears it most in summer. Is it heading into summer over there? God, it's heading into winter over here and it's cold.
Sometimes, except when I'm taking my child someplace. Then if it's up to him, we are literally always 15 minutes late. So earlier today, I reported about the indictment related to, sorry, I have my little blankie on. I'm kind of chilly tonight. The indictment related to Todd and Julie Chrisley. Some of you in comments had said, are you just trusting gossip sites? To which I said, hobbycock, that's not how I do my work. You should know better than that. I actually have the indictment, you guys. The indictment, the 27-page indictment that goes through line by line how this whole scheme played out. So let's start from the beginning. Todd and Julie Chrisley are stars, or formerly stars, of the show Chrisley Knows Best. Todd Chrisley is described as a self-described self-made millionaire. Prior to working on Chrisley Knows Best, he was said to have made his millions by purchasing foreclosed properties and then reselling them to lenders. Now, this is kind of where the scheme starts and sort of morphs into this masses scheme. Now, on Instagram, Todd insists that he did not do this. There was no part of this, and rather he was set up by a disgruntled employee who falsified documents and also who did all of this behind his back without knowing. Now, if Todd is to be believed, there would have to be someone doing a whole lot of stuff behind his back with him having zero idea what's going on in his financials. And I'll tell you one thing, with someone that has as much money as Todd and enjoyed flaunting it as much as he did, including purchasing a $3.3 million home and leasing a Bentley, I highly doubt he had no idea what was going on with his finances.
Oh, Carol, is this because you've watched the video? Didn't you just say, like Todd should rent out Bentleys? What the hell? This is what she wanted. She licked her lips when she was saying he's a self-made millionaire. He's got millions. In the last video, I forgot to say when she was saying that he's worth millions, a self-made millionaire, came from nothing, now he's worth big and all this. She said, and will do anything to not lose it. Katie, that's you. You'll do whatever not to lose. Well, actually, it's not really, with the ethical side and the shit digging and the shovel and all that. But just she will go to extreme lengths to bring in the story, to bring in the viewers. Yeah, I'm disagreeing with myself as I say that. It made sense before. I probably delivered it wrong. This is what she does to me. Let's go back to this. Maybe this is why she wanted the Bentleys, to rub it in, to rub it in Todd's face that she now has Bentleys, so she's on his level because he has one too. Oh, no. Does not work like that, Katie. She just finds similarities that she can match herself with these people. Like me and Lindsay, we're so close that we wear the same necklaces. How come one of them wasn't a best friends, the broken heart one? Oh, because you'd have to wear both of them, Katie. I just think it's so funny. I was thinking last night, like, you've made up that you were friends with Lindsay and you've been called out on it, that it was all a lie. Oh, the amount of times that we can bring up you and Matt, like talking about you just got off the phone with Lindsay. She's there to talk about your son. Like, no one is there, but she understands because she's a mother like you are, apparently. But yeah. Katie, you're fucked with Amy as well. Amy Duggar. Oh my God, wasn't that a big reveal? She never asked you to come down and stay with her so you could go to the Duggar trial. You're a fucking lunatic. And yeah, well, hopefully one day Slug from Atmosphere will also say that story is a load of bull. Fuck, you've got no friends. You can create as many fucking sock accounts as you want, and that will be the people that reply to you, because I agree with everything that Todd said. And if you didn't see my live that I did last night where we listened to Chrisley, fucking that was good, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll link it below. I'll remind myself and make a note. But yeah, God, everything he said was so on point, down to the Medicaid fraud. Because, yeah, Katie, I can't wait for your day of, what is it? Day of reckoning? I don't feel like that's a big enough word for what this is.
So here we go. This is actually from the actual indictment. So it is the United States of America versus Todd Chrisley, aka Michael Todd Chrisley, and Julie Chrisley and Peter Tarantino. The background of the report says that Mike, Todd, and Julie are married, at one point resided in Georgia. Peter was their certified public accountant and owner of the CPA Tarantino's. Beginning in at least 2015, Todd and Julie engaged in the services of Tarantino to work as their accountant. Todd and Julie also authorized Tarantino to act as their power of attorney, meaning he was authorized to discuss their taxes and internet revenue services. Now, I want to point this out, that this is the crux of his argument, is that Peter is the one that falsified everything. However, we're going to go through this and you'll find that the scheme actually started in 2009, well before Peter Tarantino was ever involved with this family. So let's get started. Peter Tarantino was ever involved with this family. So
that is beer. I can tell you when this time was based on, this is around July. Oh, yeah, it would have been, because she's included it in the article that's in August. So this is the reason I can tell you, because fucking Toad did his metal CD review on his other YouTube channel, because that him and Katie created their YouTube channels at the same time. And it was like, who can catch the biggest fish? But yeah, Toad was doing CD reviews and he was drinking Guinness as well. And I can tell you, I know what Guinness looks like, and it almost looks like it has a flat, like, beer head on it. That's fucking, that's a big glass too. Wow. Hang on, let's think back. When was the article? She did 2 articles. She did that one, like, on the verge of being an alcoholic. And then I think that was 2018. Wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. I read it. And then she did a second one, what she's learned from being sober for a while and how much alcohol damages your brain. Like, she went through that. And this is like, 6 months later? Fucking downing it. Well, never really gave up. Oh, I just love a good drinking shot. But yeah, wow, Guinness. I just want to watch it one more time, because I was looking at just to make sure, I was looking at the head of the froth on top, because it really tells you if it is Guinness. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I want to look at her eyes, because she usually, her and Toad, drink their alcoholic beverages with their eyes open, which I find is so weird. And it's really against the natural, like, when you drink, you naturally close your eyes. So the fact that they just can't close their eyes really makes you think, what is keeping your eyes open? Just there's a certain drug that they went on a little pill shopping exhibition. I'm not saying anything, but really I've already said a lot. But yeah, amphetamines, in my opinion, just my opinion. Let's have a little look. Because, yeah, 2018. Oh, 2018. She also got diagnosed with ADHD. Finally, finally they found that one psychiatrist that would. Both of them, the same doctor too. The same doctor. That's like so against like the APA would fucking take that psych's license if she was ever found out to be subscribing husband and wife medication for ADHD. And also not looking into their background. They have both spoken about being dependent on alcohol for over 20 years. And usually that's a sign of addiction. So you would not really subscribe someone who is an alcoholic dexamphetamine, because they are 100% going to abuse that medication. It's just known fact, and it's fucking ill practice. So that pissed me off as well. They're in Buffalo, apparently. Yeah, I'm just revealing all the info. She said it, though. I'm getting it all from her. Unlike her, she said she has photographic memory. I don't forget shit. Yeah, Katie, because I haven't fucked up my mind. Well, anyway, let's get back to it. I mean, come on. It's just buffering, and we don't want to be stuck looking at this. Like, let's move it on. I'm going to have to go back a bit, aren't I?
Let's get started. They have 3 business entities according to the indictment. As early as 2008 through 2012, they ran an organization called called Chrisley Asset Management. It earned millions of dollars in commissions and fees from managing foreclosed properties that were later sold to third parties. Todd and Julie also owned a number of other companies, including Chrisley and Company, which was a Georgia company that also received income from Chrisley Asset Management. Chrisley Asset Management is going to be a key part of this, and you should remember this because this company, for all intents and purposes, is a shell company. Beginning in 2013, Todd and Julie controlled a company named 7C Productions. In 2013, 7C Productions was registered by the Georgia Secretary of State. Julie Chrisley was later listed as the company's chief executive officer. And in 2016, LC's production was registered with the Tennessee Secretary of State as a Tennessee corporation, and EFC was listed as the company's registered agent. So note that initially the company 7C's Production was filed as Julie being the owner, and then they moved to Tennessee in 2016, and they changed the owner to EFC. This is an important part of this scam. Then, beginning in approximately 2014,
I wonder if Katie has moved like her income from her channel to somewhere else. Has she learned anything from all? She went through Tati. She hasn't gone through Tati yet, but has she? Who knows? I've confused myself. But yeah, because if she earns as much as she does, that would make her not qualify for the Medicaid nurses and stuff, right? Because she'd be able to hire them herself because she has that kind of income. I don't know. I wish I knew more. I should go and research the American way, how it works. Try and get my head around it. But yeah, because Australia is completely different. Our government pays for everything. Our healthcare is free. Going to the doctor is free. Staying in hospital is free. It's crazy. Okay, let's go.
14, Todd and Julie, together with various family members, starred in the reality television show Chrisley Knows Best and appeared on the television and radio programs as a television production company. Thereafter, the production company produced Chrisley Knows Best and paid the Chrisleys and other family members for their work on the show. Todd and Julie used 7C Productions as a loan-out company, which was a common way for actors and entertainers to be paid for services. Over the years, various entertainment production companies paid millions of dollars to Todd and Julie Chrisley, and the vast majority of this was deposited into 7C's Productions bank accounts.
Well, wouldn't that make sense? Because they are a TV show, to make sure that the family is not liable for other people, wouldn't they use a different company to give everyone's wages and all that? You wouldn't do that from your residential house, would you? Oh, so it is all based on income. Oh, thanks, Bender. It's all based on income in the US. With Medicaid, the more you make, the less you get. Yeah, so she's obviously hiding, or she's not making as much as she claims, but she's making decent money. You know, you can figure it out. God. Well, she's making enough money that Toad doesn't have to work, you know? So that's enough money. Would they even be aware, or is he still getting unemployment benefits? Because I remember when Todd Chrisley first filed this last year, or whenever it was, I get confused with the years, filed against Katie, she told Toad to like stop making the guitar business, to like end it, to take a break or whatever. And for a while it did. It took like a hiatus. And I wonder if that was because Todd Chrisley said that he's going to look into where the income is coming in their house, or their like details. So by taking Toad off, she wouldn't be caught for double dipping, because I believe that he, in my opinion, is still getting unemployment benefits. And then, yeah, it's probably double dipping by, you know, selling guitars or something on the side. But really, how many guitars has he made? 1, 2? How many belts did David Eason make before he got tired? Oh, no, actually, he made those hooks that go on the wall that hold the stuff that are made from train track nails. Oh, my God. See how good my memory is, Katie? I went way back then. Oh, maybe I should talk during these silent bits where it's buffering, but then she comes in and scares the shit out of me.
So this is where kind of it all starts. So 7 Seas Production Companies, again, was owned by Julie, then traded to EFC, and then they had Chrisley Asset Management, and then they had another company as well. So there's 3 separate companies in here. All right. So the IRS here is, and it all starts with IRS stuff. So here's where it all begins. So how this works is married couples typically file tax returns under the status of married filing jointly, married filing separately, or head of household. When married taxpayers elected to file a tax return as filing separately, one spouse was listed as the filer, hereinafter as filing spouse, while the other was listed as the spouse. So the IRS had numerous enforcement mechanisms to collect delinquent taxes, including filing liens on real property held within a particular county, levying bank accounts and their assets, when issuing a lien or levy against a delinquent taxpayer, who filed married filing separately, the lien or levy attached only to a property owned by the listed spouse, unless it could separately, one spouse was listed as the filer, hereinafter as filing spouse, while the other was listed as the spouse. So the IRS had numerous enforcement mechanisms to collect delinquent taxes, including filing liens on real property held within a particular county, levying bank accounts and their assets, when issuing a lien or levy against a delinquent taxpayer, who filed married filing separately, the lien or levy attached.
Okay, so she's aware that the fucking blind is banging up against whatever's there in that corner, bottom right corner. So she knows it's picking up on the microphone. Why would you fucking... That's pissed me off. Yeah, I'm not... Obviously, my brain has started to tune out. But yeah, what the hell is that down the bottom right? Is that the rim of her glass, or is that the microphone thing that she used to have in front of her that she wiggles and... Oh, yeah, okay.
Only to a property owned by the listed spouse, unless it could prove the property was actually owned by the filing spouse. So what they did was they owed the federal government a ton of money and back taxes. And what they did was they knew that Todd Chrisley owned a ton of money. And rather than, they knew that the federal government could put tax liens on their property. So what they did was they put all property and all businesses in the name of Julie so that Todd could avoid paying an over $700,000 tax lien. So here's where it gets crazy. So in 2010, Todd and Julie filed separate 2009 tax returns. He filed a 2009 federal tax income and was filed on October 10th, 2010, or I'm sorry, October 15th, 2010. And Todd Chrisley was as the filing spouse and Julie as the listed spouse. Todd reported a tax due owing of $701,000 on or about May 29th, 2012. Todd Chrisley caused to be filed an amended 2009 tax return, still as married, filing separately, reporting a tax due owing the amount of more than $400,000. So Todd and Julie both filed taxes in 2010, 2011, and 2012 federal tax returns as married filing jointly on or about May 6, 2011, October 15th, 2012, and December 16th, 2013. The tax returns reported taxes due owing $0, $50,000, and then $29,959. So they owe.
Shit, man. I almost want to go and look and see if this one even exists on her channel, because this is where we need to speed it up. I cannot believe how slow she is. No wonder she went after Emily. Emily stole what she first wanted to do, was record records. Also, guys, notice, this is not a good pause. It's not a good pause for what I want to talk about, but how good does her bottom teeth, the bottom row teeth, look here? This is almost 3 years ago. Well, yeah, 2.5 years ago. And what 2.5 years of drinking and amping up the dose of her medication has done to her. Her teeth in particular are like just so crooked, so degraded from everything. She has for someone who puts makeup on every single day, she just doesn't, she's not aware of what's going on with her own face. Although, you know, her makeup is made, she thinks that what others do with their makeup is just going to look good on her face. She doesn't know the shape of her face, the shape of her eyes. See the eyebrow, our eyebrow tail? Yeah. When she used to wing it with her black eyeliner, like wing it, they used to almost touch. I've never seen that before. And anyway, this is around the time when she blocked me. So I remember these eyebrows, so it's bringing me back. She blocked me on my original account because I used to be like I don't even want to, okay, hatter. I used to be a hatter. That's where I came from. That's my roots. What was I going to say? Yeah, she blocked me because I said your eyebrow tail is too long. And she said, my hair grows down there. And I'm like, well, fucking wax it. And I thought it was because I swore and she was Christian, but I later figured out that I was not alone in the blocked department. And there were a lot of people that got blocked for trying to help her with her eyebrows. I want to help her with her makeup and life and everything. But yeah, no, she's perfect. Bloody perfect. I should talk until it comes on. Hurry up.
Owed a lot of money in taxes. During that time, they did not submit tax payments to the IRS when filing Todd Chrisley's 2009 tax return or their joint in 2011 or 2012. So if you've got this right, they filed taxes for 3 different years, 2009, 11, and 12, and never paid the taxes due, meaning they ended up owing over $800,000 in taxes. So what the IRS ends up doing is they put them in a collection status on unpaid federal tax, income taxes. And Todd enters into bankruptcy in 2012, which you can actually access and see on the PACER website, which is where all federal documents for bankruptcies are held. The IRS filed liens and levies in counties in which Todd and Julie lived on or owned property in attempts to collect the back taxes, but they did not file timely federal tax returns for 2013, 14, 15, or 16. So after 2012, they did not file another tax return for 4 years. Then
I just wanted to say, Katie, again, I love how you make sure to let your subscribers know that you have done your tax return. Yeah, because it's not like you would lie, right? Yeah. You're always honest. You're transparent. That's what you say. I don't know if I can continue on at this speed. Should I stop it or should we continue on? I just might fall asleep. Oh, TK. Oh, also, I wanted to say there was another one as well with the super chat. Bella Marie, thank you so much. I wrote you in the chat, but I forgot to say thank you. But TK, thank you so much for yours. TK says, you're a rock star. You're a rock star if you're part of the Blocked by KJ Club. Sending you and all in chat. Cactus love. Woo. Thank you. I know. I should do a video. I should do a video on, just scrolling down the cactus. Oh, the cactus. The Blocked by Katie hashtag. Scrolling through it. Everyone. It's bloody beautiful. Without Any Crystal Balls is also responsible for that. She started that. So fucking great, right? Always. Oh, while it's buffering, I'll just quickly say.
This is where it gets crazy. So as early.
I don't want to be cut off by you. I just want to say in chat, if you want me to continue on or should I skip ahead or just continue on? Just continue on. She's got the ring lights on the side. I don't think she understands that it creates the darkness around your face so you're able to really be clear. It's just not really working. I feel like the left eye, the eye closest to the window, it's getting its moment. It's getting its moment.
Early as 2007, this is how the scam all happens. So in 2007 and then until 2012, in Northern District of Georgia, Todd and Julie combined, conspired, and confederately agreed to have a tactic understanding of each co-conspirator A, which was another person, to execute a scheme to defraud multiple financial institutions, and the deposits of which were insured by the FDIC to obtain money, funds, and credits owned by and under the custody and control of the bank. So they would get money from a bank by means of materially falsifying and fraudulent pretenses. So basically what they ended up doing was they submitted false materials such as fabricated bank statements, false personal financial statements to financial institutions to obtain millions of dollars in loans, much of which were used for their own personal benefit. Throughout the conspiracy, they submitted false documents to banks applying for loans, including fabricated bank statements, inflated account balances, personal financial statements, obtaining false information. They even submitted falsified tax returns. For instance, to give you sort of an indication of what they actually did, one example provided by the district or by the U.S. government was that on November 5th, 2007, co-conspirator A sent an email to a bank that copied Todd and attached a personal financial statement that falsely claimed that Todd had $4 million at Merrill Lynch. When the bank employee requested account statements, co-conspirator A sent Todd a fabricated bank statement showing that Todd and Julie had $776,509 on deposit at Merrill Lynch. In response, Chrisley told conspirator A, you are a effing genius. Just make it show 4 million. In actuality, Todd and Julie did not even have a Merrill Lynch account at the time. And after that, they later opened one in 2008, where they only ever had more than $17,000. So they fabricated and made up that they had.
Guys, it's pretty obvious that, well, I'm going to put it out there. Perhaps, in my opinion, Katie learnt from Todd here and learned how to falsify her tax returns. She did copy Bentley, getting a Bentley, wanted to be like him. Maybe she's covered this so much that she's now doing tax fraud evasion. I know it's out there and it's like, whoa, ridiculous. I agree, it is ridiculous. But in my opinion, it's just my opinion. And at least I can say that because, Katie, I have not once heard you say this is all alleged. What the fuck, man? Not once in any of your sentences. You are giggling like you are reading the fucking the Bible. Like this is, even the Bible is not, it's just a collaboration of different stories, hearsay. Anyway, let's not go there. But Katie, what the fuck? It's like she thinks that she's like, what? She can say anything about anyone and nothing is going to happen to her. Imagine being that imagine having a pea as a brain. This is what your world would be. You would think there's no consequences for you because you didn't do anything. And if you do get in trouble, you can say, I'm just a mother with a disabled child. Actually, no, you wouldn't say disabled child. You would say, I have a medically fragile child. Guys, don't sue me. Maybe. I would not be surprised from what I've seen. And, God, I can't believe I've been around for this long. I mean, I can't believe. 2019 and where we are now, and nothing has been done. Thank fuck. But also, like Lindsay Chrisley said, this has been going on since 2019. She has been reporting shit that is false and just has not let up on it, and then has elaborated that they're friends and brought up all this stuff. Because the one thing, like, Todd couldn't talk to his daughter, so Katie became best friends with her, sucked in. Guess what? Guess that makes me better than you, Todd. She's such a fucking, like, if she's lied about that, what has she lied about, to cover what's, I don't, just bring out more. We need it all. Let's make her accountable. Well, I don't think she'll ever be fucking accountable for anything because just needs to lose her YouTube channel, that for starters, and then Instagram, and then just block her on all social media. Block her IP from being able to cause any more harm. Oh, I always do this. It's got a buffer. It's got
$4 million in a Merrill Lynch account in order to obtain a loan. He instructed the person to do this on his behalf and adjust documents. So then at another point, he directed his conspirator again to renew a loan without updated financial information. He instructed them to please get the financials and I will get the rest. The co-conspirator said, I don't have financials, any of these. She wants tax returns. And then he wrote, stop telling me this SHIT, create them like you always have. If I don't get these, then they won't renew the loans. When another bank provided notice in 2008 that I needed updated financial information, co-conspirator A told Todd Chrisley that he needed more assistance putting the requested financials together. And this prompted Chrisley to write, give me an excuse as to why we cannot figure this out. Does not it move off your plate? This is not what we discussed. Passing it back and forth is not getting the results requested. If we do not know how to do this, find me a crooked accountant to do it. Ask redacted who her guy uses for his crooked shit. So when they're unable to actually get the bank account information, he then summons his co-conspirator to find an accountant that will falsify documents and make the books crooked.
I was just going to say, oh, 15-15. That's how slow my reaction is, but pretty close. It's 15-16. I think we should end it here because Mrs. Paulson, you know, she likes to say everything that's in lawsuits and filings, that's all alleged. Not in this case. Mrs. reads it out without saying anything. She's not even a Mrs. God. She's just a Paulson. Dang, she's just a liar, an elaborator out there to cause harm. If she was to add, this is all alleged, it would probably not be as dramatic, but she's the only one making it so dramatic. She's so happy as she reports this. It's fucking creepy. Imagine if, I don't know, I don't know, E! News or something was reporting on this. Imagine if the presenter got so giddy with excitement and had that glee sparkle in their eyes, even though there's so many eyes going on here with the reflection. As soon as she put her glasses on, I'm like, what the hell is that? And look, I can't even talk. I've out KJ'd myself. Let me just have a breathe. I just can't believe this, man. Well, I could. I've gone through this before. I've read the article before. Must have been 2021 when he first filed the shit against her and we went back. But even then, my mind wasn't as turned on as it is now. And yeah, I just can't believe that she has been getting away with talking about people for this long. It's really people with money are the people that can make a difference. Like Tati had the money. Todd has the money. And plus they're just people that care for other people as well. They want to take her off so she doesn't hurt anyone else. And that's the issue. That's the big issue. Plus, there's so many more issues. There's so much. Oh my God. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It really helps me out with YouTube. Good old thumbs up. Yeah, and you can subscribe if you like. I'm probably back on the KJ train. I've got a lot to say. Well, now that I've organized all my shit, I might as well get out there what needs to be out there. But also I like to stay away from the, current her, especially if she goes into any Duggar detail shit, when she risks the public's own mental health just to get her details that she finds exciting out there. That's not journalistic shit, man. Like, learn some ethics. Learn that you have a responsibility as the media not to cause any further harm. And oh my God, do you cause fucking harm, Katie? And I can't wait. I really can't wait. How long do we have to wait? I'm not a good waiterer. I got no patience. So, yeah. Thanks, though, guys. Should we get her off the screen? Let's bring it back to my cookie. Oh, it's the CB cookie. But, yeah, thanks to all the Cactus crew that rocked up in the chat as well. And everyone else. Like, I'm seeing some familiar faces in there, some people from Twitter, some new people. Welcome. Hope you're not confused. It's okay to be confused because I was at first too, and eventually you just get so confused that you just give up, and that's where I need you because we're just going to take it as we go. Little Cactus people here with our arms up going, what's going on? Gosh. But yeah. What am I? Yeah, I farted in my brain. I had a brain fart just then and it really echoed. Thanks so much to everyone who rocked up in chat and replay crew as well. I should really shout you out at the beginning because, yeah. But I'm going to private this, put some timestamps on it because I can't do both at the same time. I haven't reached that level of got my shit together. So it'll just be a few hours or something, hopefully. But, yeah, thanks, guys. And what am I going to do? I might pre-record reading the article so that I don't strain my voice, or I might do it live. Depends how my throat is. But, yeah, we will do this tomorrow and finish off the video that we only made 15 minutes tonight because that is a fucking slow pace. That is beyond my slow limit. Thanks so much, everyone. And please do take care out there because this world is fucked, right? With people like Katie in the world allowed to have a YouTube, that's just the fucking iceberg. Thanks, guys. Oh, I've got to do my brain was just like pressing end broadcast, but no, I got my little outro. Take care. Till tomorrow, part 2.
What am I supposed to do?